Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Pikmin! Last time, we've finished off the Forest of Hope, at least for the time being. We only have 3 ship parts left, but as things stand now, we unfortunately are not able to acquire those last 3 ship parts, so instead, we are going to explore the new area we unlocked known as the Forest Navel. I think it's called that because it kind of resembles a belly button, so, well, I mean, whatever, I suppose. Not a fan of this track. I mean, I don't think it's bad or anything, I just don't like it. It's a good track, I don't know, it just, I don't know, this track just doesn't do it for me. Anyway, first things first. This is something I personally like to do. You don't have to do this, but I tend to start my day off like this because it's good. It'll be easier for me much later on, believe me. So I'm going to get those yellow Pikmin started on that. Also, the lighting in this area is weird. For the most part, it's pretty dark. Which is a little odd, but whatever, I suppose. I probably should have had my red Pikmin start bringing down that wall. Oh well. I'm gonna have red Pikmin do a number of things today. I'm gonna try to get at least 1 ship part today, but I'm not trying to, like, that's like not my definitive goal in mind. Alright, so what I'm gonna start us off with is... What the heck? Alright, you know what, that's good enough. Just have all those red Pikmin start bringing down that wall. And then I'm gonna have these red Pikmin start getting this little... bridge, I suppose? It feels more like a staircase than it does a bridge. This guy's gonna be important. He is known as a bread bug. We can't do anything with him right now. We will be doing something with him later. Also, like, his main gimmick is whenever there's, like, a pellet or some sort of, like, enemy drop, he will automatically start, like, carrying it. If he manages to get to his nest, the only way to get the item drop, whether it's some sort of food item or pellet, is to take him out. The best method of doing this is, like if you were to have your Pikmin carry- oh, by the way, hold on. I found my #1 Ionium jet. Unfortunately, this puts out a slightly odoriferous exhaust, but it does propel me to escape velocity in an instant. The stench is a small price to pay for such performance. So, it smells bad? How often do you clean it all? Anyways, there are 2 methods of taking down the bread bug. The first one, which is probably the least convenient one, is to throw a Pikmin on top of it. The problem with this method is, it's incredibly inaccurate. It's incredibly inaccurate because the darn thing is constantly moving. The other issue is that you don't do a lot of damage whenever that happens. So, yeah. The more conventional way of taking it down is performing a form of tug-of-war with it. Meaning, like, if you have one Pikmin carrying it, the same object as it, that Pikmin's dead. Yep. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a little bad about that. Whoops. Alright, my yellow Pikmin are gonna be done for the day. We did lose 1 because of my terrible recklessness, but whatever, it's going to happen, I suppose. Alright, I think I know what I want to do with those pellets. Well, the pellet posses are growing. But real quick, I'm gonna get this done and out of the way. We've finally got our blue Pikmin, oh boy! And as you can tell, the onion's in the water, so I'm sure you all know what that means. I'm pretty sure that my red Pikmin are done beating on that bridge, so I do have to go back for them to make them take care of the second one. It is a Pikmin of yet another color. Near this one's cheeks is what appears to be a set of gills. This trait suggests to me that this blue type of Pikmin can enter the water without any trouble whatsoever. There's only one way to find out. Alright, now this is going to be a little bit weird. This is not how I usually handle this day 4, but I feel like I'm going to be able to accomplish a few other things if I just do it this way. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be growing the blue Pikmin with these pellets, and then I'm going to just toss them back in the onion and just deal with them another time. This is a very unconventional way of doing things, especially how, like, useful these... Actually, never mind, I guess we're going to be doing this now. Did you seriously... Really? Alright, now, I guess I never explained what I was going to be doing with the bread bug. I did have a plan to just grow some blue Pikmin and just put it back in the onion, but I guess we're doing this now. Now, remember what I said, like, there's going to be a tug of war? If there's exactly enough of Pikmin carrying the pellet, in this case, one, the bread bug is going to be fighting it for the most part. However, if you have two Pikmin carrying this pellet, it will win the tug of war and will be able to do a lot of damage. This is the most convenient way of doing this. And as a result, we get my space float. This float is an absolute necessity for any pilot who lacks skill at swimming in space. I don't get what they mean by swimming in space, but whatever. Okay, now this is going to be a problem for me, considering what I literally just said a moment ago. I was just going to have my blue Pikmin just sprout a few blue Pikmin and call it a day. But unfortunately, because of what just happened, I can't do that anymore. Because now I've got this space float, and spoiler warning, this thing requires 25 Pikmin to carry. And I'm literally going to need strictly blue Pikmin in order to carry it because it's in the damn water now. And I know for a fact I don't have enough blue Pikmin to do the job. Yep. That's a problem. I mean, what's good is that since that's out of there, the bread bug is no longer, like, existent. I think it's just, like, straight up gone. Actually, I might have a backup plan. Alright, let me get those red Pikmin out of the way, because there is a ship part we can acquire right now, if we go out of our way to do it. Now, that stone wall I broke up earlier. One of the biggest gimmicks with the Thor's naval is the fact that there is, like, so many of those darn things. Like, I am not kidding. There is a lot of these stone walls. And you're going to want to break a few of them, at the very least, to make things easier for yourself. Okay, now, these guys suck. These are known as shearwigs. They're the adult form of the shear grubs that we were fighting previously in the Forest of Hope. I guess I didn't explain the differences between the two colors. The white ones are female. They don't do anything at all. The purple ones, which are male, are the ones that actually actively attack the Pikmin. And in the case of the green ones, they fly. So it is a real pain when you're trying to take those out, especially if you're like... excuse me. If you're like trying to get something like a treasure or in this case a ship part to the onion without knowing those shearwigs are there. I love how those Pikmin fell down. Okay. I'm a little easily amused, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, now I can actually take care of those. Alright, I have exactly 2 red Pikmin, that's awesome. So I'm just gonna have him take that red pellet back, and I'm gonna have the blue Pikmin just grow in numbers with everything that was left behind. Alright, this worked in my favor a bit more than I thought. A little unconventional with how I was going to do things. Granted, that alone was unconventional because I was just gonna grow the blue the blue Pikmin a little and just call it a day. But I guess in this case, that ain't happening anymore. Alright, better go over these guys now. These enemies are... What the hell was that those red Pikmin doing? Alright, these guys are called fiery blowhogs. As you can see, they're blowing fire at the red Pikmin. Red Pikmin are impervious to fire, which is why having them move that gear of ours is awesome because they're impervious to all fire attacks, which is absolutely incredible. Alright, so now I'm just going to have the remaining red Pikmin just beat up all on these fiery blowhogs. Basically, just throw some red Pikmin on them, you'll be just fine, because after a while, the darn thing will just end up dying because it literally can't do anything because they're red Pikmin. Now, anyways... Wait, did they just take the float back to the onion on their own? Wait. It has thin cracks spreading through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. I hope it will be alright. Okay, for a second I thought they were already carrying the float back. Coincidentally, I'm able to do that now, so yeah. Alright, there we go. Didn't think I'd be doing that, but whatever. No, not all those blue Pikmin are carrying that back. Alright, that thing is finally dead. Alright, so as a reward, I'll just have them carry all the stuff back. I don't think they can... Nope, didn't think so. Oh, wait. Alright, I guess it kind of worked in our favor. There we go. Very roundabout way of performance today, but I don't know. After that incident with the bread bug, I just sort of did things without thinking at that point. But at least I did manage to get that gear ship part, and we're about to acquire the second ship part that I wanted to go. The one I didn't think I was going to go after. I definitely wanted that gear, that much is certain. I absolutely wanted to get that gear, but the flow was a bonus because it was just convenient at that point in time. Just gonna grow a few flower Pikmin. Where? Whoa. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can speed this up. Because they're taking an awfully long time. Yeah, this is the point where he starts saying the 100 Pikmin nonsense over and over again. It's really annoying because, like, he said it how many times already. It's just like, alright, Olimar, we get it. Are you serious? Are you really? Alright, you know, whatever then. I don't need you. I sort of need you guys to hurry up, though. It would have been a lot easier if I just freaking I am literally gonna run out of time for this. I am not gonna make it. Are you kidding me? Alright. I mean, whatever, I guess. Never mind. I guess I'm not getting the float back. That was bull. It's like, what was taking the blue Pikmin so long? No, none of them died as far as I could tell, but still, what the heck? 38, I guess that's not bad, but still. Alright, let me just make sure no one got left behind, because that'd be a real ball flicker if a Pikmin got left behind after that last second failure of mine. Nope, we're good. 267, that's not bad. I'm debating as to whether or not I should go back to this planet on the next day, or I should just get... This is day 4, right? Yeah, oh, wow, that... I can't believe I just asked myself that. Yeah. Now there is... Now that we have the blue Pikmin, we can potentially go back to the Forest of Hope and the Impact Site, because the Forest of Hope has those 3 ship parts I mentioned earlier, and the Impact Site has 1 ship part that we can now acquire. I'm going to wait on the Impact Site for a little bit because of a certain thing I want to trigger before we actually get that ship part, so more on that later. Deep in the cave I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows have something resembling gills on their cheeks. They appear to be amphibious, surviving both in water and on land. Excuse me. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even in this alien land. Yes, I did say inland. I don't... 2 Pikmin. Wait. I know one of them... I know I blew up one of them, but... What happened to the other one? Did 1 blue Pikmin get burned? Literally 1? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about that too much. At least I probably am. Anyways, now that we've acquired the blue Pikmin, I think it's about time we did a bit of backtracking. I did say I wanted to do the Impact Site later, so we can go... You know what? No, we're going to actually continue the Forest Naval because I want to get that float at the very least. And I want to... And we can also explore the place a bit more. There's also that Ionium jet, so we'll acquire that on the way as well. So, next time on Pikmin, we're going to be exploring the Forest Naval a little bit more on day 5. So until then, I got a juice.